let's talk about how to take your grill from a disgusting mess to pristine and clean. So for this, I went ahead and made some ground beef on the griddle just because ground beef is nice and greasy and it sticks. And I even took it a step further and made it into some taco meat, so I threw some seasoning down on it. I wanted this griddle to be as messy as possible for this demo of how to clean it. So I'm going to show you in real time how to clean it, so there shouldn't be any cuts or any edits to this video. It's just going to be exactly how fast you can clean it, because I think too many people are spending too much time cleaning their griddle with too many steps, and it's really not that hard. So to begin with, you obviously are going to take all your food off your griddle, and I'm literally going to clean this immediately after taking this food off. So you see me taking the food off here, you see how nasty this griddle is. So now the very next step is to get this nastiness off the griddle. The best way to do this is I leave the griddle on, I want it nice and hot, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this nasty spot with some water. So you've got some really cooked on bits here from that ground beef that are kind of stuck to the griddle. You could scrape this off dry and then go do a bunch of extra steps, but I find the easiest way to do it is while it's still hot, just hit it with some water, and that steam takes all of that stuff right off. So you just use your scraper, hit it with some water, and immediately hit it with your scraper, and that stuff comes off immediately. There's no effort to this. I don't have to scrape hard. I don't have to fight it. I don't have to, do a bunch of extra work. It just comes right off. And then I'm just going to continue with the water and with the scraper, and I'm going to make sure I go all the way around the griddle, getting any food bits and any nastiness off this griddle. I don't have to worry about getting all the stuff off because there's more to this process, but for right now, just some water and some scraping to get off all the food bits. Once you get all those food bits off, now we can come behind it and actually do some wiping down. So I'm going to just get some regular paper towels. I've seen people use all kinds of things here, shop towels and different things. Paper towels are fine. You can continue to use some water here if you find there's some little bits that are hard to get off, but just go all the way around this griddle. I get the backs, I get the edges, I get the corner, and I just wipe everything down real good. You want to get any of that extra taco meat grease off of the top of the griddle here. So I'm going to just wipe this down real good. I'm going to make sure I wipe down every surface, find any extra grease or anything that I didn't get off with the scraper, and wipe that off. And you might think, wow, this is pretty close to being done. And you'd be right. As you do this, you might find there's some extra little bits of dried on stuff. You can feel it with the paper towel, and that's when you just hit it with your scraper, get any of those little bits off. But for the most part, you should be good to go. So once you've done a satisfactory job of wiping everything down, the next step is going to be to go and hit it with some oil. So you got to re-season this thing every time you wipe it off, especially if you hit it with that water, because the water is going to steam off all of your seasoning and oil. And so you're just going to hit it with oil. I see people put way too much oil on this. It's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. It's one of the reasons people have their seasoning chipping off or cracking or anything like that. You just need literally about 2 tablespoons of oil. That's it. It's not very much oil. It doesn't feel like very much oil, and that's intentional. You just want the thinnest layer of oil on here, and you're just going to put that right on there and use that paper towel to just kind of wipe that on real good and spread it thin. If you have puddles of oil or the oil's beating up on top, you have got way too much oil on there. And at this point, I'm just going to turn my heat off, and I'm basically done. I like to go around, especially with greasy food, that grease splatter gets on all the shelves and everything, and that will just start to build up and actually cause problems later. So it's much easier to just wipe that stuff off now. So I go behind it and start wiping off my shelves. You could do this with a paper towel. I like to use these Clorox wipes just because it gives a little bit of a cleaner on there to help get it clean. I've also learned to start cleaning the back of my hood because that gets caked with nastiness as well. Starts to turn color, starts to get kind of nasty. And so I'll go behind and actually hit the hood with some Clorox wipes and some paper towels as well, trying to get off any buildup or anything. What you should notice is that this all takes less than 5 minutes. So all these people who talk about how, well, you could just go eat because you want to eat right away and come back and clean it off later, there's no reason to do that. By doing that, you're actually causing yourself more of a problem because things will start to dry on or things will start to get caked on. And you got to reheat the griddle to get it good and clean. I would highly recommend you just clean right away as soon as you're done eating. It takes less than 5 minutes to do. I'm using a dish sponge here just because I had some extra grease on the hood, and so I'm just going to use that to get the back of the hood a little bit better. But this kind of cleaning is not necessary all the time. It's just if you're cooking something really greasy. Okay, so that's about it, guys. It's really easy to keep clean. If you leave it out without a cover on it, you might find that some dust will build up on top of the hood and stuff. I just use a microfiber cloth and just go back and wipe all that dust off, make sure everything's nice and clean, and then you cover it up and it's ready for your next cook. So I hope this helps. I hope everybody learned something. Let me know, is this the way that you like to clean things? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, thanks for watching.